Hi, guys. Welcome back to Real Talk Podcast. This is episode 18 with your host, Kristen Victorian. As per usual, we're going to kick things off with an update on the economy. So let's jump right in. We're going to begin with an article from The Guardian, which was posted on March 19th, 2025. They said, quote, Federal Reserve cuts U.S. economic growth outlook amid Trump tariffs. Policymakers at the Fed expect inflation to increase by an average of 2.7% this year. On the contrary, Trump doubles down on his approach on tariffs, stating it will benefit this great nation by aiding and helping him to rebalance the global stage to America's benefit. Speculation is rising regarding this issue despite President Trump's optimism. So, this is going to be fairly interesting. Texas is a major export state, thus, will be one of the main areas to feel the impacts of the situation. Tensions have risen since January of this year as more and more lawmakers grow uneasy around this issue. We'll continue to watch it unfold to track the progression of tariffs under the current administration. I want to go ahead and jump right into our next article, this one from CNN.com. It was posted on March 4th, 2025. They cited that the stock market had a blockbuster in 2023 and 2024, and they also expect much of the same in 2025. This is amid whispers of a possible recession brewing, and many Americans are uncertain of what's to come. The US economy is stable at this point in time. It's the near future that's got this country divided. Is this a marketing tactic to encourage panic buying to drive up revenue for big businesses, or is there legitimate cause for concern? More to come on this, as something is telling me that this is going to get very eventful over the next few months, okay? Now, I would like to do things a little differently and share a poem with you all about my personal journey on growth and self love and my walk with God. And it is as follows. I've always known I deserve a life full of wins. The problem is, for the longest, I've forgotten that I had to look within. Thus, I remembered that just as there is winter and there is also spring, life is certainly going to end, just as it is certainly going to begin again. Life is a pendulum on an infinite swing. Life is about balance. Sunny days with rainbows and rough winds with violent floods. Seeds blossom in the mud, yet we're ashamed of being dirty. God is the highest form of love, so I choose to forgive the ones that hurt me. I looked directly in the mirror and said to myself, act like you deserve me, while simultaneously keeping in mind, I am everything. I am worthy. I love myself through the calm. I love myself through the turbulence. The Lord is my shepherd through guided meditations over each psalm. I shall not want, even through virulence. This piece is near and dear to me as it highlights both my triumphs and my perils in such an artistic and powerful way. As per usual, we're going to close this episode with scripture, and we're going to do this a little differently. So, we're going to focus on Judges chapter 2, and it speaks on how the people of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord, and how God allowed Eglon and Moab to successfully go against Israel for their sins. Then, Judges chapter 2, verse 15 says, But when the children of Israel cried unto the Lord raised them up a deliverer. God will hold us accountable, guys, for our decisions. And even when we've sinned against him, we need only to call on his name and he shows up for us. We must not be ashamed to call on God, nor to turn away from sin and live a life that's appealing to him. We must be so filled with his spirit that we deliberately seek him. This is the Real Talk Podcast with your Texas Realtor, Kristen Victorian. See you soon.